Chosen one, stop scrolling. Heaven is interrupting your moment not to scold you, but to shield you. Something sacred is at stake. You have been revealing too much, too soon. The reason the Spirit has brought you here is simple. This is your call to silence. There are blessings that can only survive in secrecy. There are divine instructions that must remain hidden until heaven announces them. You have been speaking life into rooms that cannot protect what you carry. You have been pouring revelation into ears that do not value it. Every time you post your progress, you invite premature pressure upon promises still being formed. This is why you feel empty after sharing, because you're leaking what should have been incubated. God is saying, stop exposing what I am still anointing. You have been mistaking validation for confirmation. You've been thinking that if people know, it will somehow make it more real. But hear this truth: heaven does not need an audience to perform a miracle. Some of your greatest breakthroughs will happen when no one is watching. Some of your most defining transformations will take place in silence, unseen, uncelebrated, but never unnoticed by God. There is a reason the Spirit often hides His chosen ones. You have entered a season where your visibility would endanger your destiny. Heaven is not withholding attention from you, it is protecting intention within you. Silence is not punishment, it's preparation. In the quiet, heaven refines you. In the hidden place, your roots are growing deep enough to sustain the weight of future glory. You must understand this. Not everyone can handle what God has revealed to you. Some will misunderstand, some will mislabel, and some will misuse your words. That's why heaven is saying, keep your mouth guarded. Don't explain yourself to those who were never meant to discern your mission. The ones who are supposed to recognize your purpose will see the light of it without you having to say a word. The Spirit is whispering, let your silence speak. When you resist the urge to overshare, you align with divine wisdom. You begin to move differently, quietly, intentionally, powerfully. It is in silence that your discernment sharpens. It is in secrecy that your faith deepens. The quieter you become, the louder heaven moves on your behalf. Sometimes your silence will confuse people. They'll wonder where you've gone, why you stopped talking, why you don't post as much anymore. But you'll know it's because you're protecting something sacred. You're not being distant, you're being disciplined. You're not hiding, you're being held in divine custody. You are being called to master the art of spiritual discretion. Every divine blueprint has an appointed hour of unveiling, and yours has not yet arrived. The anointing you carry is fragile in its early form. Even Jesus told people not to speak of His miracles until the time was right. You are not behind schedule, you're on heaven's timing. As it is revealed in the book of Proverbs, chapter 12, verse 23. The prudent keep their knowledge to themselves, but a fool's heart blurts out folly. Chosen one, this is wisdom for your season. You have prayed for acceleration, but heaven first gives you preservation. The silence you are called to walk in is a sanctuary, not a prison. It's where heaven teaches you the difference between announcement and assignment, between showing off and showing up. Every secret obedience is storing up future glory. You have nothing to prove. The promise will prove itself. You don't need to defend what God is doing privately. Let the results speak when the time comes. The soil of silence is where miracles germinate. The quieter you become, the more powerful your presence becomes in the spirit realm. Your peace will be your loudest sermon. Chosen one, hold your tongue when you feel the urge to explain. Pause before you post. There is a reason heaven keeps reminding you not everyone is meant to know. Your calling is too holy to be handled carelessly. Protect the secret of your unfolding purpose the way the ark protected the tablets, guarded, covered, untouched until the appointed time. Now, If you can feel this word stirring inside you, if something within your spirit is saying, "This message is mine," don't ignore it. Like this message, share it with someone who also needs the reminder to stay silent in their season of becoming. And subscribe so you won't miss the next divine word sent your way. And as a prophetic act of alignment, comment 333 below. Let it be the silent number that says, "I choose wisdom over noise." You have noticed it, haven't you? The way your spirit feels restless after you share something precious. You can sense the energy shift in the room, the subtle drain, the unseen disturbance that follows revelation spoken too soon. That discomfort is not random, it is a spiritual signal. Heaven is trying to teach you that not every secret deserves an audience, and not every listener is capable of carrying what you carry. Your anointing was never meant for public commentary. There are mysteries God reveals to you in prayer that are meant to stay between you and Him. When you speak those mysteries prematurely, you open the door for misunderstanding, jealousy, and resistance to enter. The overexposure of divine things is a form of spiritual leakage. What was meant to strengthen you begins to weaken under the weight of human opinion. It is written in ancient wisdom that light attracts both the seeking and the envious. The brighter your calling, the more attention it draws from heaven and from darkness. Every time you announce what heaven has not released, you expose the seed to an atmosphere it cannot yet survive. Some people are not enemies in intention, but in capacity. They simply cannot hold the depth of what God has placed within you. As Jesus himself declared in the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 7, verse 6, "Do not give dogs what is sacred. Do not throw your pearls to pigs." The words are sharp, but they are merciful. They protect you from unnecessary heartbreak. Jesus was not calling people animals. He was warning the chosen to discern value. Pearls are formed in pressure, hidden within shells, away from sight. Likewise, your purpose is being shaped in the silence of struggle, refined under pressure, until its luster is ready for display. To expose it before it's finished is to risk it being trampled by those who do not recognize its worth. You have shared dreams with those who only saw competition. You've opened your heart to voices that twisted what you said. You've confided visions to friends who secretly resented your courage to believe. And every time it happened, you promised yourself you would never share again, yet your heart longed for understanding. Heaven knows that longing, but heaven also knows the pain of misplaced trust. That is why the Spirit is teaching you discernment through disappointment. Discernment is not suspicion, it is spiritual wisdom. It is knowing when to speak and when to remain silent. It is recognizing that some conversations are meant only for the altar, not the table. Your growth has reached a stage where heaven will not allow you to broadcast your progress anymore. God is hiding your next chapter because exposure would endanger its completion. Learn from the stillness of Jesus. When he performed miracles, he often told the healed not to tell anyone. Not because he feared recognition, but because divine timing governs divine revelation. If the Son of God respected the rhythm of silence, so must you. Your restraint is not weakness, it is mastery. Heaven entrusts greater mysteries only to those who can keep them guarded. There is beauty in quiet victories. When you overcome in silence, heaven celebrates loudly. When you hold your peace while others doubt you, angels take note. There is a sacred confidence in those who no longer need to explain themselves. The world measures success by visibility, but heaven measures it by obedience. You may look hidden to men, but to heaven you are radiant, chosen one. This is why you are being called into holy privacy. The less you share, the more you hear. The quieter you become, the clearer the voice of God grows within you. The enemy cannot attack what he cannot identify. Your silence frustrates hell because it cannot locate your next move. This is how heaven trains warriors, by teaching them the language of restraint. Soon, you will understand that silence is not the absence of power, it is its containment. What is concealed now will one day be revealed in glory. But for now, let your heart become the vault of heaven's secrets. Guard what God gives you and protect what has been entrusted, because pearls, once trampled, can never be restored to their original beauty. So stay hidden, stay silent. Let your stillness become your strength. Heaven is watching, and your obedience in silence is already making noise in the spirit realm. So breathe, chosen one. Let the world wonder where you've gone while heaven refines what's within you. Your silence is birthing something unstoppable, something eternal. And when the appointed moment arrives, heaven itself will announce you, not with noise, but with undeniable glory. Stay hidden until the light calls your name. There is a war that begins the moment you speak what heaven has not yet released. It is not a visible battle, yet you feel its impact. The heaviness after you share your plans. The sudden confusion after revealing your next step that is not coincidence. That is warfare. Words are gateways, and when spoken carelessly, they invite forces you never intended to summon. You see, the unseen realm pays attention to sound. Heaven moves by faith, but darkness moves by exposure. When you speak before you are covered, you give the adversary information he would never have known otherwise. This is why God keeps urging you to wait, to seal your lips until he says, "Now speak." You are not being silenced by fear. You are being trained for victory through discipline. Some of your greatest battles were never meant to be fought publicly. They were meant to be won in prayer, in tears, in quiet endurance. Every time you shared your struggle too soon, you allowed human opinion to touch a divine process. Not all counsel is godly. Not every ear is safe. The enemy doesn't always destroy through attack. Sometimes he destroys through distraction disguised as empathy. Remember this truth: the moment you declare something, you announce it to every realm. Heaven celebrates, but hell takes notes. That's why you must speak with strategy, not impulse. There is a time to declare, and there is a time to conceal. You are not just fighting battles, you are managing spiritual intelligence. Silence for you is not hiding, it's high-level warfare. It was proclaimed in the second letter to Timothy, chapter 1, verse 7. For God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power, of love, and of a sound mind that is what heaven is building in you. The ability to discern what to reveal and what to retain. The strength to resist the urge to prove your progress. Power is not always loud. Sometimes it whispers. Love doesn't need applause. It is content in quiet assurance. And a sound mind knows when silence speaks louder than any announcement. When you hold your peace, you frustrate darkness. The enemy expects reaction, but silence confuses him. Every time you respond with calm instead of explanation, heaven marks it as a victory. When you stay still in the face of accusation, the Spirit moves on your behalf. This is the language of spiritual maturity, measured words. Controlled presence, divine restraint. You may not realize it, but your silence is building a fortress around your destiny. Every time you resist the temptation to overshare, you are choosing protection over validation. God is shaping you into someone who can carry secrets of the kingdom without breaking under pressure. That is not easy, but it is necessary. You've been through enough battles to know that not everyone who listens intends to understand. Some ask to collect information, not to offer help. But you, chosen one, are learning to smile and say less. You are learning that revelation must be guarded. You are discovering that true strength is not in what you can say, but in what you can withhold. There will come a day when your silence will be vindicated. Every word you chose not to speak will become evidence of your obedience. You will look back and realize that what felt like restraint was really protection. Heaven was teaching you the art of concealment, not as a punishment, but as preparation for authority. Now, I want you to pause for a moment. Feel what the Spirit is impressing upon your heart right now. You are not being asked to disappear, you are being asked to discern. There is a difference. You are still visible, still chosen, still anointed. But now, you are guarded. If this word speaks to you, comment, "Hold fire" below. Do it as a prophetic sign that you choose not to release every word that crosses your mind. You choose to hold your fire until heaven says, "Now speak." Every time you resist the urge to explain, you are training your spirit to fight smarter, not louder. So when you type "hold fire," you're not just commenting, you're declaring a vow of spiritual control. You're telling heaven, "I will not waste divine power on careless words." Each letter you write becomes an act of discipline. It's your agreement with God that your silence will serve Him better than your explanations ever could. You're choosing mastery over emotion, wisdom over impulse. Heaven witnesses your comment as covenant. Every time you resist reaction, angels record your restraint as strength. You are proving yourself trustworthy with revelation that others would recklessly release. This is how warriors are made. You are entering the garden of becoming the hidden place where God shapes His chosen ones away from noise, validation, and the gaze of the crowd. Here, silence is the soil, and patience is the water. Everything that grows in this garden begins beneath the surface, unseen by others yet fully watched over by heaven. This is not a place of punishment. It is the ground of transformation. The world often mistakes stillness for stagnation, but heaven sees it differently. Stillness is the womb of strength. What is happening in your quiet season is not the absence of progress, it is the creation of depth. You are being rooted so deeply that no storm will ever uproot you again. Every unanswered question, every lonely night, every moment that felt forgotten has been part of the divine design to strengthen your foundation. God hides His greatest works until they are ready. Think of a seed buried in darkness. It is invisible, but it is not inactive. Inside that hidden place, life is breaking open quietly, persistently, faithfully. The soil presses from all sides, but that pressure is what teaches the seed how to push upward. In the same way, the pressure around you is not to crush you, it's to prepare you for elevation. In this garden, God is teaching you to stop performing and start transforming. You have spent seasons trying to prove your worth, trying to show that you are growing. But now heaven whispers, "You don't need to prove anything when I am the one promoting you." The unseen work will always speak louder than the visible one. Your roots must go deep before your branches reach high. It is here in the silence that discernment sharpens. When the noise fades, you begin to hear the subtle tone of heaven. You start to sense God's timing, God's rhythm, God's whisper. You learn that not every opportunity is divine and not every open door leads to destiny. Some doors are distractions decorated as blessings. Only those who walk through silence can tell the difference. In this season, God is pruning your circle. He is allowing distance with certain people not because they are evil, but because they cannot survive the depth of your next level. The conversations that once entertained you now feel heavy. The places that once comforted you now feel foreign. That discomfort is not loss, it's alignment. You are being repositioned to grow toward the light. This hiddenness is sacred. Heaven covers what it crowns. If you were to be seen too soon, those who do not understand the process would misinterpret your promise. God is preserving you from premature exposure. You are not ready to display fruit because your roots are still drinking deeply from the well of divine wisdom. Don't rush this stage. Let the process complete its perfect work. As the Word of God declares in the writings of the prophet Isaiah, chapter 60, verse 22, "When the time is right, I, the Lord, will make it happen." You do not have to force what is divine. You are not missing out. Every delay carries divine timing. The hidden years are the investment years where heaven deposits strength, clarity, and conviction into your spirit. Later, when the spotlight finds you, you will carry the weight of grace without collapsing under it. In this garden of becoming, God is unlearning your dependence on approval. You are being weaned off the applause of others. You are learning that peace is the true proof of progress. You are being trained to move by conviction rather than reaction. Every quiet day is not wasted, it's a rehearsal for your assignment. When your name is finally called, you won't need to adjust. You'll already be prepared. Do not despise the stillness. It is the classroom of destiny. It's where prophets learn the weight of words, where leaders learn the cost of vision, where warriors learn the discipline of waiting. This quiet ground you walk on is holy, for it is here that God walks with you unseen, speaking lessons that only silence can interpret. One day, others will marvel at how you carry yourself with patience, grace, and authority. They won't realize it was forged in seasons when no one applauded you. They'll see the crown, but heaven will remember the soil. What you are enduring now will soon become the reason you stand unshaken later. So remain still in your hidden garden. Let God finish His secret work in you. Growth is happening, even when you feel buried. Every root stretching deeper into the unseen is preparing to sustain branches that will one day touch heaven's light. Your becoming is not delayed, it is being perfected. Stop explaining your calling. That is what heaven keeps saying. You have spent too many nights trying to justify the way you are wired, trying to convince others that what you feel is real. But those who cannot hear the voice that calls you will never understand the path that shapes you. Your calling is not a committee decision, it is a divine assignment. You owe no one an explanation for the way heaven chooses to use you. You have walked through seasons where your obedience was mocked. People labeled your silence as arrogance, your patience as laziness, your separation as confusion. They did not see what was happening in the spirit, they only saw absence. But what they called absence was actually alignment. You were being positioned for precision, taught by heaven to move only when commanded. The voice of God thundered through the book of Exodus, chapter 14, verse 14. The Lord will fight for you. You need only to be still. There is power in that stillness. The more you try to explain your purpose, the more you drain the mystery that protects it. Purpose is not meant to be proven, it is meant to be lived. The time will come when your results will speak for you, when your fruit will answer questions your words never could. Until then, let silence guard your destiny. You must stop seeking validation from those who were never assigned to your vision. God has placed a unique rhythm in your soul, and not everyone can hear its melody. When others question your direction, they are only reacting to a song they were never meant to dance to. That's why the path feels lonely sometimes. It was composed specifically for your feet. You are not behind. You are being led through a divine pace that cannot be compared with anyone else's. Some rise quickly but fall easily. You are being built to last. You are being trained to move by revelation, not reaction. Every hidden moment, every misunderstood decision is a sacred piece of the masterpiece God is creating through you. Those who misunderstand your calling today will one day witness the evidence of your endurance. You will not have to say, "I told you so." The glory that follows obedience will speak louder than any defense. Heaven knows how to vindicate its chosen ones. This is why you must stop explaining and start embodying. You are not here to convince, you are here to become. You are not here to argue, you are here to manifest. The divine does not need applause to validate authenticity. The proof of calling is in persistence, not popularity. God's chosen are often quiet builders, not loud performers. Your calling is like a lantern glowing in the night, steady, unwavering, and unseen by the crowd. Each act of obedience adds oil. Each moment of restraint strengthens the glass. And when the wind comes, the light does not flicker, it glows brighter because it has been trained to endure. When you feel the urge to explain yourself again, remember this understanding is a gift, not a guarantee. The ones meant to walk beside you will not need explanations. They will recognize the fragrance of your faith. The rest will fade away, unable to survive the altitude of your obedience. If these words have found their way into the quiet of your heart, then let your response be gentle, not forced. You don't need to prove that this touched you. You only need to let it settle. Maybe your way of saying yes is to quietly linger here a moment longer. Maybe it's to share this message the way light spills through cracks naturally, beautifully, without effort. And if something inside you whispers to stay connected to this flow of truth, to this voice that calls you higher, then let it be a whisper of your own choice. Tap the like as an act of resonance, not reaction. Let your share be a silent ripple, not a shout. And if you choose to subscribe, let it feel like placing another stone on the path of your journey, a quiet agreement between you and heaven that says, "I will keep walking where you lead me." No pressure, no performance, just presence. That's what heaven desires from you now: presence over proof, stillness over striving, obedience over explanation. And as you walk this way, the noise of misunderstanding will fade, and what remains will be peace. And in that peace, your purpose will breathe freely again. What once felt like delay will reveal itself as design. You will see that silence was never empty. It was sacred space where destiny took root. The sacred seal of stillness rests upon you now. You can feel it, like a divine hush settling over your spirit. Heaven has silenced unnecessary noise so that you can finally hear what truly matters. This is not punishment, it is preservation. The more you learn to move quietly, the more heaven can move loudly on your behalf. You are being refined in silence, shaped into someone who doesn't need to announce every motion. There is a quiet power growing in you, the kind that doesn't demand attention but commands respect. The Spirit is teaching you that peace is not passive, it's prophetic. When you choose peace over reaction, you align yourself with heaven's rhythm. Many around you don't understand why you've changed. They sense your distance and assume disinterest, but the truth is, you're simply learning to breathe in holy rhythm. The urge to rush is fading, and the impulse to defend is dying. You are realizing that some victories only manifest when your mouth remains still. The Spirit speaks through the words recorded in the Isaiah, chapter 30, verse 15. In quietness and trust is your strength. Those words carry your current assignment. Quietness is not weakness, it's wisdom. Trust is not inactivity, it's intentional rest. The world praises noise and movement, but heaven honors faith and stillness. You are stepping into a season where stillness itself becomes your strategy. Let others chase recognition. You will chase revelation. Let others broadcast their plans, you will protect yours. What you are building now is not for display, it's for destiny. Hiddenness is not loss, it's leverage. The enemy cannot sabotage what he cannot see. And right now, you are covered under divine invisibility. The sacred seal upon you is also a test of trust. Can you remain confident even when nothing seems to move? Can you believe the promise without constant proof heaven is watching your posture in the pause? Faith that endures silence is faith that can survive storms. This stillness is also your restoration. God is healing the fatigue of overexposure, the exhaustion of always explaining, proving, performing. He's calling you back into simplicity, back into the sound of his voice alone. In the quiet, you begin to remember who you are without comparison, without noise, without the need to be understood. When you finally stop rushing, heaven reveals rhythm. The Spirit shows you that divine timing is never late, it's layered. What feels delayed is deeply orchestrated. Every pause contains purpose. Every silence carries shaping. You are learning to trust the invisible construction of your future. Be still now. Listen carefully. There are whispers around you that the world cannot hear. They are instructions written in the language of peace. You are being guided, step by step, not by sight, but by sense. It's subtle, but you'll feel it like the soft wind that led Elijah. Not the earthquake or the fire, but the gentle whisper that carried God's direction. And if your heart knows this word is yours, if something deep inside you is whispering yes, this is me, then act on it not with noise, but with a sign. Comment 555 below. Let that number be more than digits, it is your echo into eternity. 5 represents grace, and when it repeats, it becomes a triple covenant of transformation. 555 means divine change, guided movement, sacred renewal. It is the whisper that says, I am shifting, but I am safe. It is heaven's reminder that peace can coexist with progress. When you write it, don't rush. Type it slowly, deliberately as a prayer in motion. Let each 5 be a step of faith into stillness. 1 for surrender, 1 for trust, 1 for rebirth. Together, they form your seal, your vow that you will no longer panic in the pause, that you will no longer confuse waiting with wasting. So type 555 and feel its rhythm anchor you. Let it speak for you when words fall short. It is your symbol, your spiritual fingerprint, the quiet agreement between your heart and heaven that says, I trust the silence because I trust the one who speaks within it. Stay still, stay covered. Heaven is working louder than you realize. So breathe deeply in this calm. The silence surrounding you is not empty, it hums with divine intention, shaping you gently into the vessel heaven always designed. Every quiet moment is a note in heaven's hidden symphony. Even when you hear nothing, grace is composing something beautiful beneath your still obedience. And when your time comes, you will rise softly yet unmistakably like dawn breaking without sound, carrying light that needs no announcement, only presence. The Judas test. It is one of the hardest lessons heaven gives to those chosen for greatness. It is not about betrayal itself, it is about recognition. It teaches you to discern who is sitting at your table, who claps for you in public but questions you in private, who walks beside you for purpose and who stays only for position. Every chosen one faces this test, because elevation always exposes intention. You have already begun to see the shift. People who once celebrated your progress now withdraw quietly. Some who called you friend no longer reach out. Others observe from a distance, not to support, but to gather information. This is not coincidence, it is separation by divine hand. God is removing those who were connected to your old season so that they cannot contaminate your next one. When Jesus faced his Judas, it was not a surprise, it was a fulfillment. He looked betrayal in the eyes and still called it friend. That was not weakness, it was wisdom. Because even betrayal becomes a tool when heaven holds the blueprint. Judas's actions did not end the mission. They triggered the resurrection. Likewise, what the enemy intended to harm you with, heaven is using to elevate you. According to what is revealed in the Gospel of Genesis on chapter 50, verse 20. You intended to harm me, but God intended it for good to accomplish what is now being done. You must learn to see betrayal as divine redirection. Every false alliance revealed is proof that heaven is still protecting your path. God exposes not to humiliate but to liberate. The Judas test is not about pain, it's about purification. It burns away attachments that cannot walk where you are going. There will be moments when betrayal stings like fire. You will replay conversations, revisit memories, wonder how someone who knew your heart could wound it so deeply. But even in that ache, heaven is working. The pain of betrayal often becomes the doorway to discernment. It teaches you that love and access are not the same. You can forgive completely and still walk wisely. In this season, God is refining your circle to mirror your calling. The closer you get to purpose, the smaller your circle must become. Intimacy is costly for those carrying divine assignments. You cannot take everyone into the Garden of Gethsemane. Some are meant to watch from a distance. Only a few are allowed to pray beside you. You will feel the loneliness of divine separation, but it is temporary. God is not isolating you to punish you. He is isolating you to prepare you. You are being equipped with spiritual X-ray vision, the ability to see motives behind smiles, to sense intentions hidden in kindness. This is not paranoia, it is prophetic awareness. Learn from the silence of Jesus during his trial. He spoke only when necessary. He didn't defend himself to those determined to misunderstand him. Sometimes your silence is your testimony. When you stop fighting to prove innocence, heaven steps in to handle justice. Every Judas reveals something within you as well. Betrayal exposes what still needs healing: your desire for validation, your need for human approval, your instinct to overextend grace. When you face the wound and still choose forgiveness, heaven knows you are ready for leadership. The power to forgive without access is the mark of spiritual authority. You may not realize it, but this test is an initiation. You are being prepared to handle influence without bitterness. The ones who betrayed you have actually trained you to lead with wisdom. They have unknowingly helped you evolve into someone who can guard destiny without closing the heart. Let this truth settle in your spirit. Judas was necessary. Without him, there would have been no cross. And without the cross, no crown. Without betrayal, there would be no breakthrough. The pain that felt like death is actually birthing resurrection power within you. So do not curse those who hurt you. Release them. They were the key that unlocked the next door. Their absence has created space for divine replacements, connections born from purity, not convenience. Soon, new alignments will appear, drawn not to your potential, but to your purpose. The Judas test ends when you can look back and bless the lesson. When the sting fades and gratitude remains, you will know you have passed. You will realize that every false friend was a chapter, not the whole story. And as you close those pages, heaven will open the next one filled with peace, discernment, and unshakable focus. You have survived the betrayal that was meant to break you. Now you walk wiser, softer, and stronger. You carry scars that no longer hurt but testify. And heaven whispers, "Well done, chosen one." You did not let the wound make you bitter. You let it make you better. There are seasons when God hides you in plain sight. You walk among people, speak among crowds, even smile among friends, but heaven has veiled you. You are visible, yet unseen. It is not rejection, it is divine concealment. God has placed a covering over your life so that premature eyes cannot perceive what He is forming inside you. You are being protected through invisibility. Many wonder why opportunities pass you by, why your name isn't being called yet, why others advance while you remain still. But heaven is saying, if they saw what I am truly building in you, they would try to own it before it's ready. The hiding is mercy. It keeps you safe from exploitation, comparison, and pressure. God covers what He crowns until it's strong enough to stand. Think of Moses before Pharaoh knew his name. Think of David in the fields while his brothers were paraded before Samuel. Every chosen one experiences this hidden phase, a divine camouflage designed to mature the gift before it is revealed. You are not invisible because you lack value. You are invisible because you are being incubated. It is written in the book of Isaiah, chapter 49, verse 2. He made me into a polished arrow and concealed me in His quiver. That is your current truth. You are a polished arrow, refined, sharpened, and hidden in the quiver of God. The arrow's hiding is not waste, it is waiting. The archer hides the arrow until the target appears. One sudden release, one divine moment, and everything that seemed delayed will be accelerated. The waiting is not denial. It is divine aim. While you are hidden, heaven works on precision. You are being shaped not for general purpose, but for exact impact. Every silent season, every overlooked moment is crafting your aim. When the appointed time comes, you will hit exactly what God intended, without missing by an inch. You are being trained to move with accuracy, not anxiety. Being hidden also protects your heart. Exposure too early could have hardened you. Visibility before maturity could have stolen your purity. God hides His chosen not to starve their destiny, but to strengthen their roots. A tree that grows in stillness will withstand storms that shallow roots cannot. What God is anchoring inside you now will keep you stable when your name finally carries weight. This hiddenness can feel lonely, but heaven fills it with purpose. In the quiet, your motives are purified. You learn to serve without being seen, to give without acknowledgement, to love without applause. These unseen acts build a foundation strong enough to support future glory. Public favor requires private faithfulness. Every hour you spend unseen is investment, not loss. Hiddenness also exposes your real source of confidence. When no one is clapping, do you still believe when no one notices your effort? Do you still pour out excellence? Heaven measures the heart in silence. The applause of men is loud but fleeting. The approval of God is quiet but eternal. You are learning to be content in the quiet gaze of heaven, and that is a holy maturity. There will be days when you question if the promise is still alive. Doubt will whisper that you've been forgotten. But the truth is, you're being preserved for a time that requires your strength. God is waiting until both you and your environment are ready. When the moment comes, everything will align effortlessly, not because of luck, but because of divine synchronization. You will look back and realize that every delay was choreography. What felt like stillness was strategy. What felt like silence was set up. Heaven has been arranging people, places, and timing behind the curtain. When the curtain finally lifts, there will be no confusion. It will be evident that only God could have orchestrated it. Until then, walk with peace in your hiddenness. Move as though the world already sees you, because heaven does. Carry yourself with dignity in the shadows. Speak with authority even in the waiting. You are not practicing for purpose. You are living it right now. Hidden does not mean forgotten. Concealed does not mean denied. You are under divine protection, not human neglect. When God finally reveals you, it will not be gradual, it will be glorious. You will rise, not because you pushed your way forward, but because heaven lifted the veil. So rest in the safety of being unseen. The world may not notice, but heaven applauds every quiet act of obedience. Invisibility is your armor. Timing is your ally. And when your release comes, every moment of silence will make sense. Every hidden hour will glow with meaning, and every secret tear will shine like oil of anointing upon your revealed destiny. You are now entering the sacred phase of guarding the blueprint. What God has shown you in the secret place is not a suggestion, it's a strategy. It's a divine map written in invisible ink, legible only to those whose spirits are tuned to heaven's frequency. You must protect that blueprint, for it carries not just your future, but the lives that will be transformed through your obedience. Every great move of God begins in secrecy. Noah built the ark before rain had a name. Joseph interpreted dreams that no one else could see. Mary carried the promise of redemption in silence. And you, yes, you are being asked to do the same, to nurture revelation without rushing to reveal it. You must understand this premature revelation leads to unnecessary warfare. The enemy cannot attack what he cannot identify. The moment you expose the details of what God is doing, you open a door for opposition that wasn't meant for this stage. Guard the blueprint the way a general guards a war plan, because that's what it is. A heavenly strategy designed to overthrow darkness through your obedience. Heaven reminds us through the wisdom of Proverbs, chapter 21, verse 23. Those who guard their mouths and their tongues keep themselves from calamity. Your words are sacred. Every syllable you speak is a seed, and some seeds cannot survive in public soil. Let the Spirit teach you timing, when to speak and when to stay silent, when to reveal and when to retreat. What you conceal in obedience, heaven will reveal in glory. There will be pressure to explain yourself, to prove that you are doing something meaningful. The world equates noise with progress, but heaven measures progress by precision. This is why the Spirit has called you into this quieter lane, because what you are building requires focus, not applause. The blueprint you carry is not meant to be liked, it's meant to be lived. Guarding the blueprint also means guarding your heart. Not everyone deserves access to your spiritual drafts. Some people ask out of curiosity, not concern. Others speak from fear, not faith. But you must move beyond the need for validation. When God is your architect, you do not need permission to build. There will be moments when the temptation to share will feel overwhelming. You'll want to tell someone about the dream, the revelation, the idea burning inside you. But before you speak, ask heaven, is this the right time? Sometimes the Spirit will say not yet, not as denial, but direction. Obedience in silence is the strongest form of maturity. Even Jesus revealed truth in layers. He spoke in parables so that only the hungry could hear. Some details are sacred, they are meant for intercession, not conversation. Every time you hold your tongue, heaven strengthens your authority. Every time you stay silent in faith, angels move in formation. Guarding the blueprint will test your patience. The quiet season is not inactivity, it is incubation. God is aligning resources, softening hearts, and preparing pathways for the appointed time. What looks still is actually strategic movement beneath the surface. You are not waiting for approval, you are waiting for alignment. Do not despise the hidden labor. Every unseen effort, Every private prayer, every unshared revelation is building momentum. When the time comes, your unveiling will not require explanation. The results will speak with such authority that even silence will sound like thunder. Now, if this word resonates in your spirit, mark it with a declaration. Comment "Keep Watch" below. Let these words be more than a phrase, they are your watchtower. To keep watch is to stand alert between heaven's whisper and earth's distraction. It means you refuse to fall asleep spiritually while promises are still unfolding. It means you guard the gates of your heart, allowing nothing unholy to enter, nothing divine to leak out before its time. When you type it, you're saying, "I am awake. I will not let my spirit slumber. I will guard what heaven has placed within me." Each letter becomes a lantern lit in the night, small, steady, defiant against darkness. You are taking your post as a watchman of destiny, eyes fixed not on fear, but on faith. So write it slowly, keep watch. Let it be your vow of vigilance, your quiet promise to heaven that you will hold the line until divine timing breaks the dawn. Because this is not the time to shout, it is the time to secure. The blueprint is in your hands. Guard it, cherish it, and walk with quiet confidence, knowing that what is hidden now will one day become the structure of destiny itself. The season of silent victory is upon you. You are conquering battles no one sees, carrying wars within your soul that heaven alone records. There are no trumpets announcing your triumphs, no applause echoing through the room. Yet every quiet act of endurance is shaking the spirit realm. You have learned to fight differently, not with noise, but with knowing. There was a time when you needed others to see your growth, to validate your effort. But now, you have matured beyond the need for recognition. You understand that not all victories are meant to be witnessed. Some are meant to be felt. The deepest triumphs are the ones fought in secret, where the tears fell, where your knees touched the floor, where heaven met you in silence and turned pain into power. The Spirit reminds us through the ancient words of the prophet Isaiah, chapter 54, verse 17. "No weapon formed against you shall prosper, and you will refute every tongue that accuses you." This is the foundation of your quiet strength. The attacks came, but they failed. The words spoken against you tried to take root, but heaven turned them to dust. The storms that sought to destroy you instead revealed your unshakable core. You have become a living testimony that silence can roar louder than argument, and that stillness can carry the sound of victory. You may not realize it, but your endurance has been warfare. Every time you chose peace instead of reaction, you won. Every time you forgave instead of retaliated, you disarmed the enemy. Every time you smiled when you could have broken, you declared, "I am still here." Heaven has been watching, counting every moment of restraint as a weapon forged in light. Victory, for you, no longer looks like applause. It looks like peace. It looks like waking up with steady breath after a night of tears. It looks like walking away from chaos without losing your compassion. You have outgrown the need to be loud about your strength because your life itself has become the sermon. There is a holy dignity in quiet success. You don't need to explain the details of how God carried you. Those who doubted will see it soon enough. The blessing will speak. The transformation will reveal itself. Your presence will preach louder than your posts ever could. Heaven has crowned you in invisibility so that your light would not blind those still learning to see. Every silent victory is a seed. Though no one celebrates it now, it will bloom in due time. People will look at the fruit and never realize the soil it grew from, the lonely prayers, the unseen sacrifices, the countless times you chose forgiveness over frustration. but heaven remembers every single one. And when God chooses to unveil your next chapter, it will not feel like a grand announcement. It will feel like sunrise, gentle, golden, undeniable. You won't need to push your way forward. Light will simply find you. That is how heaven rewards the quiet warriors. So, as you listen now, pause for a moment. Feel the weight of your unseen victories resting on you like a crown no one else can see. You've been walking through battles that should have broken you, yet here you stand softer, wiser, stronger. You have already won in places no one clapped for, and heaven calls that sacred. This is not the time to chase attention. It is the time to breathe in gratitude. Let every breath you take become a quiet thank you to the God who fought beside you in the silence. Let your calm become your worship, your endurance become your praise. You have proven that faith doesn't need an audience to flourish. And now, as light begins to gather again around your story, let your response to this truth be gentle, not loud. Tap the like only if your heart recognizes itself in these words. Let it be the soft touch of agreement between your spirit and heaven. If this message has reminded you of the battles you've already survived, share it like the fragrance of peace spreading through a weary world. Don't share out of obligation, share because someone else might still be fighting silently and need to know that heaven sees them too. And if something within you whispers, "I don't want to miss the next word heaven sends my way," then let your subscribe be a symbolic act, a lantern you place in the window of your spirit saying, "I'm still listening, I'm still here." No pressure, no performance, just presence. That's what this season of victory asks of you, to keep walking quietly in grace, knowing that every unspoken triumph is rewriting your future in golden letters heaven alone can read. Heaven's classified information. Those are the words that echo in your spirit tonight. You feel it, don't you? That sense that God has been whispering things to your heart that are not meant for public ears. You carry insights that feel too heavy, dreams too vivid, instructions too specific. These are not coincidences, they are classified revelations, downloads from heaven reserved for those whom God trusts. Revelation is currency in the kingdom. God does not waste his secrets on the careless. He gives them to those who have learned the discipline of discretion, who can hear without hurriedly speaking, who can see without the need to be seen. And that is why you have felt set apart lately, because heaven is testing your ability to carry divine intelligence with reverence. There are moments in every chosen one's life when heaven begins to share strategy. It's not always a voice. Sometimes it's a sudden knowing, a spiritual pattern you start to recognize. You begin to see connections others overlook. Sense shifts before they happen. That is not intuition, it's intercession disguised as awareness. God is inviting you into partnership with his plans. As the apostle wrote in his letter to the Corinthians, chapter 2, verse 10, "The Spirit searches all things, even the deep things of God." The Spirit is your access point to heaven's archives. When you pray, you don't just speak into emptiness. You tap into the divine frequency of wisdom. Heaven opens small glimpses of its blueprint, revealing not the full picture, but just enough for obedience. God rarely shows the destination all at once. He shows direction, one whisper at a time. The hiddenness is not mystery for its own sake. It is protection, ensuring that what is holy remains unharmed. Every classified secret has a weight. The more you receive, the more heaven watches your stewardship. Can you carry revelation without letting pride poison it? Can you stay humble while holding knowledge that could shift atmospheres heaven promotes through secrecy? God tests the heart before he trusts the mouth. There will be times when what you know will not match what you see. The natural and the spiritual will seem to conflict. But this, too, is a test of faith, trusting the invisible even when the visible mocks you. You are not crazy for perceiving things others cannot. You are tuned differently because your assignment requires different hearing. Sometimes you will want to explain yourself, to convince others of what you sense, but they will not understand. Do not waste revelation on those not yet awakened. The things God reveals to you in private are not meant to be debated. They are meant to be guarded and lived. Divine knowledge turns to power only when paired with obedience. This is why the Spirit keeps you quiet in certain rooms. Your silence is not rejection, it's refinement. You are being taught when to speak and when to let silence hold the truth. What feels like isolation is actually training in discernment. You are learning that not every open door is an invitation. Not every conversation is covenant. Not every question deserves an answer. In time, you'll see how these secrets shape your journey. They are coordinates on your spiritual map, guiding you toward promises you don't yet recognize. Every instruction obeyed in secret becomes a monument of faith in heaven's eyes. You may forget the details, but heaven records each step of trust. Do not be afraid of what you know. The insights you carry are not burdens, they are blueprints for transformation. You are a custodian of revelation, a keeper of divine mysteries. The world may not understand you, but eternity celebrates your listening ear. So continue to walk softly with what you've been shown. Protect the words whispered to your spirit. Let your obedience be quiet but fierce, your faith deep but gentle. Heaven has placed its classified truth within you, not for display but for destiny. You are being trusted with the secrets that shape nations, the instructions that build legacies, the wisdom that outlasts time itself. Guard it well, chosen one. For what is whispered in the stillness today will one day resound as heaven's victory song through your life. So breathe in this truth: secrecy is sacred. What you guard today will guard you tomorrow. Heaven hides nothing from you, it hides everything for you. Every secret carries seed. In time, revelation will blossom into visible fruit. Those who doubted your silence will soon witness what heaven was cultivating beneath it. Walk gently, for you are trusted. Every whisper you protect becomes worship. Every silence you keep becomes song. Heaven's secrets live safely inside the chambers of your obedience. There is a stillness before unveiling, a hush before heaven moves. You can feel it, the air thick with waiting, the pause between what was promised and what is about to appear. It is not emptiness, it is expectancy. Every divine release begins with a prophetic pause. Heaven always delays the dawn just long enough for you to remember who the light belongs to. This is the moment between promise and performance, and it is sacred. You have prayed, fasted, endured, and grown. Yet still, there is a silence that feels like suspense. You wonder if God has forgotten, but He hasn't. The quiet is proof that the stage is being set. Heaven is aligning the details, rearranging destinies, and preparing the right witnesses for your unveiling. We are reminded through the ancient words of Habakkuk, chapter 2, verse 3. For the revelation awaits an appointed time. It speaks of the end and will not prove false. Though it lingers, wait for it. It will certainly come and will not delay. This is not denial, it is divine timing. Heaven does not rush what it intends to last. You have been hidden not because you were unworthy, but because your readiness required refinement. The pause you're standing in is not a void. It's the space where heaven polishes glory before presentation. Think of a sculptor chiseling marble. From a distance, the pauses look like stillness, but every stroke is shaping perfection. You are in that moment now. God is removing excess, carving clarity, refining character. The weight you resent is actually the work that ensures your unveiling will not collapse under its own weight. You are closer than you think. Every delay you've endured has served divine purpose. Heaven withholds not to harm, but to prepare. The silence between seasons is where strength matures and wisdom takes root. When the unveiling comes, it won't just be about promotion. It will be about proof that faith can outlast uncertainty. This waiting season is testing your trust. Can you remain still while heaven rearranges? Can you worship while waiting? Can you believe when everything is quiet? Faith is not loud. Sometimes, it's just the choice to breathe and say, I still believe. When you stop trying to force timing, you enter alignment. You no longer chase doors. Doors begin to open toward you. You don't need to push when you're positioned correctly. Heaven does the heavy lifting. The waiting may stretch you, but it is stretching you into capacity. You are being prepared to hold what once would have crushed you. There will be a moment soon when everything shifts quietly but unmistakably. You won't need to announce it, people will simply see. The same ones who thought you were forgotten will witness how God unfolds His promises without spectacle. The unveiling will not arrive with noise, but with undeniable peace. In the Spirit, I see you standing on the edge of manifestation where hidden prayers meet visible answers. Heaven is saying, don't rush the reveal, let me finish the framing. The longer the delay, the greater the display. God is not making you wait to punish you. He's ensuring the unveiling carries the fragrance of heaven, not the fingerprints of haste. Every seed of obedience you've planted is about to break through the soil. You may not see the sprout yet, but growth has already begun underground. The unseen work is just as holy as the public miracle. The silence before breakthrough is heaven holding its breath, waiting for the exact second to say, now. You will know it's time when peace replaces pressure. You won't need to force or prove anything. Heaven will open the curtain, and everything you carried in the dark will bloom in the light. And when that moment comes, remember the waiting. Remember how you kept walking when no one clapped. Remember how your faith held steady in stillness. Because this unveiling isn't just about being seen, it's about revealing the faith that refused to die in the dark. If your spirit feels this truth, if your heart knows this pause is divine, then leave your sign of faith. Comment 888 below. Let that number be your declaration that you trust God's timing. 888 represents new beginnings, resurrection cycles, and divine completion. It is heaven's symbol that what was hidden will rise again renewed. When you type it, you are saying, I will not rush what heaven is perfecting. Each 8 is a turning of the wheel, a movement from waiting into wonder. So type it softly 8888 and feel heaven's rhythm match your heartbeat. The pause is ending. The unveiling is near. Stand still, breathe deep, and let the next chapter reveal itself in grace. When silence speaks louder than declarations, the world grows confused, but heaven smiles. You have reached that sacred point in your journey where words are no longer necessary. The weight of your obedience now communicates more powerfully than any speech ever could. You don't have to announce your transformation, it reveals itself in how you move, how you love, how you respond. This is the mystery of divine silence. When you stop needing to be understood, you begin to be seen rightly. You used to defend yourself, to explain the vision, to justify your calling, but now, you understand that clarity is not your responsibility, it is heaven's. Your only task is to stay aligned, to keep walking in truth, and to let your peace do the talking. As the wisdom of Solomon echoes in the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 3, verse 7, there is a time to be silent and a time to speak. You are standing in the holy balance of that verse. You are learning when to speak with fire and when to remain still like water. Not every truth must be shouted. Some truths must be carried quietly, lived faithfully, and proven over time. The silence around you is not emptiness, it's evidence. It shows that you have entered the phase of mastery, where your reactions are disciplined, your spirit is steady, and your faith no longer flinches at misunderstanding. This is what maturity in the kingdom looks like. It's not measured by noise, but by stability. Silence is not absence, it's authority wrapped in peace. It's the confidence of someone who knows heaven fights for them. When you remain still while everything around you shakes, that stillness becomes a declaration in itself: I trust God. The calm of your spirit terrifies darkness more than any shouted prayer. Every chosen one must learn this language of silence. It's a dialect only heaven and the faithful understand. It speaks in patience, in consistency, in quiet endurance. It says, I know who sent me, and I don't need to prove it. This is where your faith stops talking and starts testifying. You have spent years trying to make others understand your heart. You poured explanations into ears that were never designed to hear truth. You opened your soul hoping to find connection, only to meet confusion. But now you've learned discernment is better than disclosure. The fewer words you use, the greater the clarity of your walk. Silence is also a mirror. It shows you what still needs healing. In the absence of sound, you start hearing yourself, the fears, the memories, the question. But in that same quiet, you also hear God louder than ever. His whisper pierces deeper than the noise of doubt. What once felt like loneliness now feels like holy intimacy. Your silence has become sanctuary. You no longer rush to respond. You rest in revelation. You no longer seek validation. You sit in value. Each quiet hour strengthens your discernment. Each unspoken thought purifies your intention. You are learning that peace is not found in absence of conflict, but in presence of conviction. When you walk into rooms now, your silence carries weight. People can feel your peace before you speak. They sense your authority without understanding its source. That is how heaven marks its own with presence that cannot be imitated. You don't need to raise your voice when your very atmosphere speaks. You are becoming fluent in the language of stillness. Your silence no longer hides fear, it carries revelation. What once felt like restraint now feels like rhythm. You move with divine pace. Speak only when instructed, and hold peace like a weapon sharper than words. This is not withdrawal, it is wisdom made visible. There will come a time when God asks you to speak again, and when that day comes, your words will carry fire. They will burn through confusion, cut through lies, and plant truth deep into hearts. But for now, your silence is doing what words could never do. It's building power in the unseen. Heaven is teaching you that silence is the final stage before manifestation. It's the sound before the shift, the breath before breakthrough, the pause before promise. Everything you've endured has prepared you for this quiet authority. You are no longer reacting to life, you are responding to heaven. So rest in this moment, let your silence keep speaking, let your peace preach. Let your stillness sing the song of trust to every unseen realm. The world may not understand it, but heaven does, and heaven is already echoing your quiet yes, the consecrated mouth. This is what heaven is forming in you now. Words once used carelessly are being purified by silence and purpose. You are being retrained in the holy art of speech, where every word becomes weighty, every sentence intentional, every sound aligned with spirit. God is not only refining what you say, but also the reason you say it. There was a time when your voice was scattered. You spoke to defend yourself, to explain, to be heard. But now, something has shifted. Heaven has closed your mouth for a season, not because you were wrong to speak, but because your voice was too valuable to waste. This season of silence has not stolen your power, it has concentrated it. As the Lord spoke through David's Psalm, chapter 19, verse 14. May the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be pleasing in your sight, Lord, my rock and my redeemer. This is not just a prayer, it is an awakening. Your mouth and your heart are now being aligned. What you speak will soon carry the fragrance of heaven, not the residue of reaction. God is sanctifying your language so that your words become instruments of creation, not weapons of confusion. You are being trained to speak like a prophet, not a performer. The world uses words to impress. Heaven uses words to impact. When you open your mouth next, your speech will not be ordinary. It will carry healing, conviction, and truth. Every phrase born from prayer will pierce darkness. Every declaration made in faith will move mountains. This consecration of speech begins with surrender. You cannot speak with heaven's power if your heart is full of earthly noise. That is why the Spirit keeps calling you into quiet, because purity of language comes from purity of thought. You are being taught not only to choose your words, but to let God choose them through you. Heaven's vocabulary is different. It doesn't gossip, it guides. It doesn't complain, it commands. It doesn't curse, it creates. You are being given access to that language now, the language that shapes destinies. This is what it means to carry authority in your mouth, not to shout, but to speak with divine accuracy. Every chosen one must pass through this transformation. God silences first, then sanctifies, then sends. Your silence was the surgery. It cut away the need to respond, to justify, to impress. What remains is a vessel prepared for utterance, a mouth that speaks only when heaven breathes through it. You will soon notice how your words begin to shift atmospheres. A single sentence from your spirit will carry more impact than hours of ordinary talk. You will find that you can calm storms not with explanations, but with authority. That is the power of a consecrated mouth. It speaks what heaven is already saying. Your vocabulary is no longer ordinary because it is no longer yours. When God anoints your words, they become extensions of His will. When you bless, heaven blesses. When you declare, angels move. When you pray, the ground trembles. This is not exaggeration, it is inheritance. The same breath that spoke creation into being now flows through you. This new anointing of speech also comes with responsibility. Words build worlds. That's why God guards your mouth, because He intends for your words to build something eternal. The careless seasons are over. Every conversation will now carry purpose. Every utterance will leave residue of light. Even silence for you has become a statement. When you choose not to speak, heaven still hears you. Your restraint is registered as reverence. Your pauses preach. The Holy Spirit is teaching you timing, when to remain silent so your next word carries fire. Soon, when you are released to speak again, the world will recognize the difference. Your tone will sound the same, but it will carry unseen authority. You won't have to convince, conviction will flow naturally. You won't need to argue, truth will stand on its own. And as this transformation deepens, you will find yourself praying the same simple prayer David prayed. Let my words please you, Lord, because pleasing God has become your priority, not persuading people. So guard your mouth, chosen one. Treat your voice as holy ground. Heaven has entrusted you with the language of light, and what you release from your lips will soon shape what manifests before your eyes. Speak less, but mean more. Stay still, then strike with speech when heaven commands. Your consecrated mouth is no longer just a voice, it is a vessel. And when you finally speak, heaven will echo through you. Every word will shimmer with purpose. Every breath will carry power, and creation itself will lean closer to listen. The quiet revolution has already begun. It doesn't roar, it resonates. It rises not through noise, but through presence. You may not realize it, but heaven has enlisted you among the silent warriors, those who carry fire without frenzy. Those who change atmospheres simply by walking in obedience. This revolution does not need recognition. It only requires readiness. You were never meant to fit into the noise of the world. You were born to be part of heaven's whisper, gentle yet unstoppable. The world celebrates spectacle, but God builds through stillness. The most powerful moves of His Spirit have never needed an audience. They began with hearts that said quietly, "Here I am. Lord, use me." This movement of light begins within. Every time you forgive when others hold grudges, you advance the kingdom. Every time you choose integrity when no one is watching, heaven records another victory. You are part of a revolution that does not march on stages but on hearts. You are rebuilding the world from the inside out. As the light of Scripture shines from the Gospel of Luke, chapter 17, verse 21, the kingdom of God is within you. The revolution you are part of is invisible at first. It grows in hidden places, in prayers whispered before dawn, in small acts of kindness, in decisions no one applauds. But invisibility doesn't mean insignificance. The unseen is often the most sacred ground heaven walks upon. God is gathering His quiet ones, those who lead without needing to be followed, those who speak softly but move mountains with faith. You are one of them. The stillness that once felt like silence has become your power. You've learned that transformation is not always loud. It is often a slow burn that reshapes everything it touches. Heaven's revolutionaries don't carry swords, they carry surrender. They don't win arguments, they win hearts. They don't chase platforms, they become them, living altars where heaven meets earth. You have been drafted into that divine army, not because of your perfection, but because of your posture. You chose obedience over ambition, peace over proof, humility over hurry. Now, heaven is stirring you again, not to move with chaos, but to move with clarity. You are not being called to shout louder. You are being called to shine deeper. Every step you take in faith is a spark in this divine uprising. The darkness doesn't even realize it's losing until light fills the room. This is how heaven wins, through hearts like yours that refuse to dim, through voices that speak truth without shouting, through lives that love without limit. You are part of a holy contagion spreading across the earth, one whisper, one act, one heartbeat at a time. And as you hear these words, maybe something inside you feels the pull. You sense that you belong to this quiet awakening. You can feel heaven nodding, saying, "Yes, that's you." If it is, let your response be simple, not loud. Tap the like not for approval, but as a quiet spark, your flame joining the greater fire of faith. If this message has found its way to the part of you that still believes the world can be healed, share it like a candle being passed from one hand to another. Don't share because you have to share, because light multiplies when it's given away. Somewhere out there, another weary heart needs this same warmth. And when you feel the gentle pull to stay connected to this flow of truth, to keep walking with heaven's whisper week after week, then let your subscribe be your silent yes, a leaf falling on still water, a ripple saying, "I will keep listening." Finally, if your spirit is burning softly right now, leave your mark below. Comment, "I burn quietly." Not as noise, but as a symbol that your flame belongs to heaven. that you have chosen to join the revolution that does not shout, it glows. This is your invitation to keep glowing, to keep standing, to keep loving. The quiet revolution continues through you. You are not just part of it, you are one of its brightest embers. The fire within you does not fade, it deepens. Every breath you take fans its glow, turning quiet endurance into eternal testimony of light that cannot be extinguished. Heaven watches your steady flame and smiles. You were never meant to burn fast, you were meant to burn faithful, illuminating paths for others with unwavering grace. So keep glowing softly through the dark. Your silent blaze is enough. In your still fire, worlds are shifting, and heaven's story continues to be written through you. There comes a time when heaven begins to speak in echoes, not shouts. It is not because God has grown distant, it is because you have drawn closer. The noise that once distracted you has quieted, and now the slightest whisper carries divine weight. You are learning to hear not just with ears, but with essence. The language of heaven is not always sound. Sometimes it is stillness that stirs the soul. The longer you walk with God, the more you discover that His guidance rarely comes as explanation. It arrives as presence. Answers fade, but assurance remains. This is the sacred maturity of faith when you no longer need proof to believe, only proximity. You no longer chase signs, you carry peace. You no longer beg for direction, you discern it in the rhythm of your breath. The eternal promise recorded in the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 31, verse 8, declares, "The Lord Himself goes before you and will be with you. He will never leave you nor forsake you. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged." This promise has always been the undercurrent of your journey, even in the loneliest seasons, even when silence pressed like a weight. God never left. He was walking beside you, sometimes ahead of you, making paths in the unseen. What looked like emptiness was actually escort. What felt like delay was design. You are now entering a phase where presence means more than progress. It's not about where you're going, but who goes with you. The world teaches you to measure success by movement, but heaven measures it by alignment. One step taken with God outweighs 1,000 taken without Him. The presence of God has been your true compass all along. Even when you doubted, it steadied you. Even when you fell, it caught you. There were moments you thought you were abandoned, yet you were surrounded. The quiet that felt like distance was actually God's closeness reshaping how you perceive Him. He was teaching you that faith does not always feel like fire. Sometimes it feels like a gentle hand resting on your shoulder in the dark. You are learning to live led, not driven. The Spirit doesn't push, it pulls gently, like the tide drawing the shore closer with each wave. You can sense it now, can't you? The subtle shifts inside you that no one else sees. The Spirit's direction is rarely loud. It is a knowing that settles, a peace that interrupts anxiety, a conviction that refuses to let you move out of rhythm. The presence you carry now has power. It moves quietly through rooms, calming storms that conversation could never reach. People will begin to feel peace around you without understanding why. That's what happens when someone walks with God. You stop speaking about peace and start releasing it. The mark of those who dwell deeply in presence is not perfection, it's peace. You no longer wrestle with the need to be seen, understood, or validated. You live from the inside out, anchored by the awareness that God is enough. The same presence that held you in pain now guides you in promise. Sometimes that presence will lead you into places that make no sense. But purpose rarely makes sense at first. God leads by light and shadow, by open doors and closed ones, by gentle redirections and sudden stillness. You are learning to trust the unseen coordinates of His plan when the path curves unexpectedly. Don't panic, it's proof that heaven is steering. This awareness of divine companionship changes everything. It changes how you speak, how you rest, how you see others. You begin to treat every encounter as sacred, every conversation as opportunity. You no longer separate the spiritual from the simple, because you've discovered that God hides in both. The same hand that parted seas now guides your smallest steps. Soon, you will look back on this season with awe. You will realize that every unanswered question was an invitation to intimacy. Every silence was an opportunity to listen deeper. Every detour was divine choreography. Nothing was wasted, not even the waiting. You are walking now with quiet confidence, carrying the unspoken truth that God is with you, and that is enough. No crowd, no validation, no certainty could add to that assurance. The presence that led you this far will continue to lead you home. So take one more breath and feel it again, the holy companionship of heaven. You have never walked alone. Every step was guided, every moment held. The one who called you has never stopped walking beside you, and He never will. And now, the circle closes not as an ending, but as fulfillment. What began in confusion has settled into clarity. The questions that once haunted you no longer demand answers. They have transformed into quiet understanding. You see now that every silence had purpose, every delay had design, and every detour was divine direction. You were never lost. You were being led the long way around so your roots could reach deep before your branches stretched high. You have walked through valleys of hiddenness and mountains of revelation, through betrayal, through waiting, through the ache of isolation, and into the peace of stillness. Each stage of your journey was a sacred classroom. Heaven never wasted a moment. Even your mistakes became material for mercy. The pain that once made you question God now becomes the proof that He was shaping you for something eternal. And as you stand here between what has been and what will be, you realize you are no longer the same. You have become the very thing you once prayed for, grounded, discerning, and luminous. Your silence is now strength, your stillness authority, your scars a crown. You have learned that the chosen are not marked by status but by surrender. As the voice of heaven spoke through the book of Revelation, chapter 3, verse 8, "See, I have placed before you an open door that no one can shut." That door is before you now, not a physical one, but a spiritual threshold. You are stepping into a life where alignment replaces anxiety, where peace directs purpose, and where obedience is your only ambition. The striving has ceased because surrender has taken its place. The need to prove has dissolved because presence is enough. Every test has turned into testimony. Every season of waiting has ripened into wisdom. You understand now that God's silence was never distance, it was development. Heaven trusted you with hiddenness, and you did not waste it. You learned to walk without applause, to believe without evidence, to love without reward. That is what makes you unshakable. You carry now the quiet power of those who have seen both night and dawn. You know what it means to be broken and rebuilt. You have touched loss and still chosen love. You have walked through fire and come out refined, not resentful. The strength you hold is not the kind that fights for control. It's the kind that yields with grace, knowing heaven never loses. The world may never understand the depth of your transformation. It doesn't need to. You are not here to convince. You are here to embody. The glory that rests upon you will speak louder than words. You won't have to announce that you've changed. Creation will recognize the shift when you walk by. The atmosphere will testify. Every chosen one reaches this moment, the quiet crowning. It doesn't come with trumpets or applause. It happens softly, like the breaking of dawn. The light rises slowly, touching everything it once hid, revealing not perfection but purpose. You will feel it more than see it, a gentle knowing that you have arrived where you were always meant to be. From here, your life becomes a message. Every act of kindness will echo eternity. Every word spoken in truth will ripple beyond sight. Every moment lived in alignment will carry fragrance of heaven. You will not need to chase destiny anymore. You have become it. And yet, even now, heaven is not finished. The story continues. The same God who called you out of darkness will keep calling you into deeper light. Each new chapter will carry the rhythm of the same promise that you are never alone, and that your obedience still moves mountains unseen. So breathe. Let this peace fill you like light through glass. You have nothing left to prove and everything left to pour. The journey has not ended, it has evolved. You have graduated from seeking purpose to living it, from waiting for signs to becoming one. Heaven smiles upon you, not because you are flawless, but because you are faithful. The storms you survived were never meant to break you. They were meant to reveal that you could not be broken. You are the living evidence that silence can birth strength, that surrender can build empires, and that obedience always opens doors. And as the last echoes of this message fade, one truth remains clear: you are still being written. The ink of heaven has not run dry, and your next chapter begins now, calm, radiant, unstoppable. The chosen do not end, they unfold. And now, the words slow to a whisper, but the Spirit still speaks. You have reached the quiet after the storm, the calm beyond the calling. The journey we have walked together was never about reaching a finish line. It was about remembering who you are beneath the noise, a vessel of light, chosen and refined. If something within you feels gentler now, that's not coincidence, it's confirmation. Heaven has touched you through truth, and you are lighter because of it. This message was not meant to fill your head, it was meant to reawaken your heart. So as we close this sacred circle, take a deep breath. Let gratitude rise like morning light. Let peace stretch its wings inside you. You have come so far through silence, through fire, through surrender, and now you stand radiant, ready for whatever the next dawn brings. And if these words have met you where you are, let your response be natural, not forced. Tap the like as an act of remembrance, a small flame of gratitude flickering upward. Not for me, but for the message that found you when you needed it most. If this story has echoed your own, share it softly. Pass it along the way. One candle lights another quietly, beautifully, without losing its flame. Someone out there is waiting in the dark for a spark like yours. And if your heart desires to stay in this rhythm of revelation, then let your subscribe be your quiet yes, a whisper that says, keep me close to the light. Before you go, leave your final sign below. Comment, I am light, not as noise, but as a vow, a simple declaration that even in silence, you still shine. Because you are not just hearing this message, you are becoming it. The chosen glow quietly, but eternally.